The process dictates the result. And every time you jump the steps and you jump forward and you schedule someone and they go, well, it really wasn't what I expected or it's too expensive, it's because you jumped the steps. Let's talk about selling this telehealth. Let's get straight to the chase. It's time to get out of drowning mode because I know people are still trying to navigate through some business loans and things like that. Yet we see on the news that things are starting to trend upward. And let me just clarify what trend upward means. It means that people are going to start coming out more. People are going to start calling more. People are going to feel like they can be engaged more. And that's going to be important for you to start managing those first phone calls. And that's why the whole pitch on we're not selling telehealth, okay? What I want you to do is think back to 5 weeks ago, right? This started 4.5 weeks ago. So think back to 5 weeks ago, right? And I want you to think back to when someone called your office and wanted services, wanted physical therapy. What conversation did you have with them about that? I want you to think about what were you selling at that time. If you were scheduling people for physical therapy in your clinic on a specific date at a specific time, then what were you selling? I don't know. You were selling a commodity. You were selling something that they could get anywhere. Physical therapy, 10:30 on Thursday. But what did they want from you? We went through this last week, so this is really a great continuation from last week. What do they want from you? What they needed was to address something by an expert. So let's just use low back pain. They call and say, hi, my name's Jerry. I have low back pain, and I want to get scheduled for physical therapy. Which your gut should say, well, what do you need from us? What do you want? What do you want? And they go, well, I want physical therapy. And you go, oh, I understand that. I can help you with that. But what do you want from us? Because you and I both know, this is back to you and I, not the person on the other end of the phone, people don't know what physical therapy is. So people calling and asking for physical therapy should be a huge red flag. That they don't understand what I can deliver to help them get back to whatever the hell they want to get back to. Oh, okay. So think about telehealth with this. So then you had to step back and go, if I'm leaving to chance that they understand what I can do for them, which is how I can get them back to whatever the hell they want to get back to. And when your team schedules someone for 10 o'clock on Thursday for low back pain, you're flipping a coin. You're playing Russian roulette. Will they arrive? And then the better question is, why will they arrive? Why will they arrive in your clinic? If you schedule them for physical therapy at 10 o'clock on Friday, why will they arrive? Let me give you an example. You scheduled them. They said, I have low back pain. I want to get physical therapy. And you schedule them for physical therapy for their low back pain. And by the way, that is 90+% of the calls I make with secret callers. That's how they go. I then say, well, okay, I should call around a couple other places, see what's going on. Because the uncertainty is still high. Can you get what you need? Can you get what you want? You can probably certainly get what you need. But the problem here is people, it's what they want, not what they need. We went through this last week. So you say, well, I'm going to call around. And the next place says, so Jerry, tell me a little more about this back pain. Well, I heard it at CrossFit. Oh, okay. And I haven't been able to go to CrossFit for 2 weeks. Oh, really? So it sounds like CrossFit's really important to you. And the person says, yeah, it is. And they say, well, we've helped a lot of people from CrossFit. Now, mind you, compare this to calling the clinic that scheduled you for physical therapy. So now I have a clinic that scheduled me Thursday at 10 o'clock for physical therapy for my low back pain. And now I have a clinic that scheduled me for Friday at 12 noon to get back to CrossFit because they work with a lot of CrossFit people. Now answer me this question, why will I arrive? So now the uncertainty is decreasing. The need was help with low back pain. They can get that anywhere. What do they want? They want to get back to CrossFit. The second clinic addressed that. That's the difference here. That's the game changer. That is 11 years worth of work in 8 minutes. And the sooner we start this conversation, and the sooner we make people aware of how we can, that we can deliver on what they want, the more successful we will be with helping people in our community. So fast forward to now. Mind you, it's changing. So now you're thinking, I've got to get people scheduled for telehealth. It's not going to work. And I said this from the beginning, it's not going to work. It didn't work for a lot of people. And some people it didn't work for, they just sat back and said, I don't know what's going on. Other people said, I need to do something differently. And they made some changes along this way, because I've seen both examples. We've got to not sell telehealth. We've got to sell to their wants. So when people are calling currently, I think we're through dealing with the old list. I did 4 weeks in a row of what to do with the old list. We talked about it in the Wiser and Stronger community. I've talked about it on Facebook. And this was an issue with calling people who were scheduled for physical therapy, who were sold on being in the clinic, who were scheduled, who really, the uncertainty was still somewhere around here of, am I in the right place? Have I called the right place? Did I start at the right place? And that uncertainty was too high. And then calling them and saying, well, I have a new thing for you, was just, they weren't ready for it, because they were sold on being in a clinic. They were sold on a treatment. They were sold on one-on-one. They were sold on exercising with your physical therapist. It doesn't matter what you were selling, evidence-based or not. That's what they expected. And when you said, I got something new and it's called telehealth, it was like throwing out, I got a new treatment idea for you. So now let's back this up. Good morning, David. Let's back this up again to someone calling the clinic today and asking to get scheduled for physical therapy. And you're thinking, right? We're ramping back up. Let's just step ahead a little bit. We've got slots and we have this telehealth. What should I do? What you should do is absolutely no different than what I just said. No different than how the conversation would have been going 5 weeks ago, which is, what do you want from me? Well, I have low back pain and I want to get scheduled on Thursday. That's great, Jerry. We can fill that need for you. We can take care of you. I can get you scheduled on Thursday and we can help you with your low back pain. Boom, needs are met. We're done. We're done. Needs are met. The next question is going to determine success or not. So, Jerry, what is it you want? Right? So that's the question you're thinking. We got to get to what they want, and we got to get there quickly. So now, instead of saying, well, what do you want from me? You say, so Jerry, can I get your story? Tell me what's been going on with this low back pain. Tell me how long it's been going on. Tell me who you've seen, what you've done, and tell me what result you're looking for with us. What desired outcome? People say, what are your goals? I like, what result do you want from us? Way more specific. This is the kicker here. This is how you sell telehealth. So you're selling telehealth and no one's scheduling. For the reason I just told you, because they don't know what does this have to do with what they want and what they need. Even when we go back to managing those people that I had talked about the last 4 weeks, let's manage these people who were already on the schedule. Again, nobody had the patience, and I get it. There's a lot of fear. There was a lot of uncertainty on the owner side, but nobody had the patience to let the person on the other end of the phone guide the conversation. When I say nobody, that means almost everybody. Because when that person on the other end of the phone started talking and you engaged them, then you could find out what they wanted. What do they want now? Again, their needs. Oh my God, right? Was physical therapy, was treatment for this issue still a priority? And if so, what was important to them? And then you work your value proposition into their story. Again, 5 weeks ago, when this person called and said, I need physical therapy for my low back pain, I tell people you need to get their story, which is their wants, so that you can work your value proposition in. When the only thing we've had over the last 4 weeks is telehealth, then that's what you work into the conversation. And I'm serious, I'm going to say this, it's that simple. It's not easy, but it's that simple. But calling people and saying, hey, I wanted to, we have to cancel Thursday, but I wanted to let you know we have another option for you. Maybe that'll work depending on your relationship, but better yet, you know what? We need to cancel Thursday, Jerry. And I know things are in a freaking whirlwind here. And I know time's really important to you. I know being with your family is really important. I know you're going to be working from home. So I wanted to offer you a solution based on all that, right? But what did I just sell them? Their wants. They want more time. They want safety. It is this simple. So we don't sell treatments. We don't sell services. We sell your desired outcome. We sell the result you want. We sell your goal. And right now, Jerry, my goal is to get rid of my back pain without having to go outside, without having to get in the car, without having to find a babysitter, which, right, I can't do, right? So this is the approach. It's the approach from 5 weeks ago. It's the approach from 5 months ago. This is why coming out of this now, as we move forward, and as people are calling and you hear that uncertainty in their voice, well, you know, I've got this back pain I need to get taken care of. Yet I'm a little worried. What are you worried about? I'm worried about getting back out and everything like that. Jerry, tell me more about that. Tell me a little bit of your story. Don't jump straight to, I have a solution for you. It's called telehealth. Because you don't know what they want yet. They want safety. They don't want to leave their home. Cool. I may have a solution for you. You still have to find out what they want. Because I'm going to build the value proposition of a possible telehealth visit into your wants. Because here's the deal. If you're selling telehealth, you now just got in a line with everybody else selling telehealth. So if I'm fearful about leaving my house and I need help for my low back pain, well, we have telehealth. Again, now we're back to what they need. And we're just going to play this commodity game. So you can't jump the steps. You can't. We got lazy and we jumped the steps before because we were in network, because I heard that a friend's friend recommended them, and we jumped the steps. But you got to, the process is more important, right? The process dictates the result. And every time you jump the steps and you jump forward and you schedule someone and they go, well, it really wasn't what I expected, or it's too expensive, it's because you jumped the steps. And you didn't get their story, and you didn't build the value proposition into their story. So again, when someone calls and says, well, I'm a little worried and I don't want to leave my house, don't jump to, I've got the telehealth solution. Let's get you scheduled. You still have to sell why you are the right person. You still have to sell based on the results they're looking for. And they didn't call you because they're looking for a video chat with someone. They called because they're looking for a solution to their low back pain and don't want to leave their house. Cool. Now we're checking boxes. So there's a want. So tell me, Jerry, tell me the story. When did this start, right? What have you done? What results are you looking for? Well, you know what, Jerry? We can help you get back to CrossFit. We can help you get rid of that morning pain. And I have a solution so you don't have to leave the house when you meet with your expert. That's different than, Jerry, I have low back pain and I don't want to leave the house. Great, we have telehealth. Let's get you scheduled for a telehealth visit, right? That's exactly the example I used earlier. 5 weeks ago, hi, my name's Jerry. I have low back pain. I'm going to get scheduled for physical therapy. Cool. We'll get you set up for physical therapy on Thursday at 10 o'clock. This is no different than, I don't want to leave the house. Cool. We got telehealth. Let's get you in there. I hope you guys see the similarities there. We're not selling telehealth. We're selling the desired wants. We're selling the desired outcomes. We're selling the desired results. This is how you do it. And we all get excited. Well, I don't want to leave the house. Do you guys have telehealth? By the way, do you guys have telehealth is no different than do you take my fucking insurance at this point. So if you're going to sell that, you're going to fall into the same commodity game. The service, the treatment is a commodity. Physical therapy at 10 o'clock on Thursday is a commodity. And when your front desk or you schedules people at a date and a time for physical therapy, you have just commoditized your service. So again, you commoditize, right? You commoditize when you schedule physical therapy, and you commoditize when you sell. And just knowing that the commodity, the commoditization is done by you when you can advertise telehealth, but you still have to manage the conversation the same. And remembering that if you schedule people for telehealth, you are playing the commodity game with everybody else who's advertising telehealth.